Hello everyone. Today I will tell you a story. The story is titled, When Quirky Follows Me Everywhere. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you appreciate me. You can skip this if you don and oppose. Like this video. Thank you very much. The story begins as follows. Every morning begins the same way in our small, sunlit house, with the soft shuffle of paws behind me. The moment I sit up in bed, Quirky lifts his head from the mat beside my slippers. His ears perk. His tail taps the floor once, twice, and then he stretches dramatically, as if waking up is the hardest job in the world. When I stand, he stands. When I walk, he walks. When I stop, he almost bumps into my legs because he never expects me to pause. I shuffle toward the kitchen, still half asleep. The tiles are cool under my feet, and behind me comes the gentle tap-tap-tap of Quirky's paws. He doesn't rush ahead. He doesn't wander away. He stays exactly one step behind, like a tiny, loyal shadow. I open the fridge. He sits. I take out milk. He sits straighter. I pour coffee. His tail begins sweeping the floor like a soft broom. You're not getting coffee, I tell him. His ears tilt as if he understands every word but is willing to negotiate. While I prepare breakfast, he follows my every movement. Stove to sink, sink to table, table to cupboard. If I step left, he adjusts. If I step right, he pivots. If I turn suddenly, he hops backward in surprise, then pretends he meant to do that. Sometimes I test him. I walk to the living room. He follows. I walk back to the kitchen. He follows. I walk halfway down the hallway, then spin around dramatically. He skids to a stop, eyes wide, then trots back toward me as if to say, nice try. I'm still here. When sunlight pours through the windows, it lights his fur like a warm halo. Dust motes drift in the air, and Quirky watches them float as if they are tiny planets drifting through his personal universe. I sit down to eat. He sits beside my chair, not begging, not whining, just present. And in that quiet companionship, the day begins with a gentle reminder. I am not alone. Afternoons in our house are calm, ordinary, and somehow magical, mostly because Quirky insists on being part of every small moment. When I sweep the floor, he supervises. When I fold laundry, he sits on the warm clothes like a king on freshly heated clouds. When I work at my desk, he lies across my feet, turning my legs into furniture. Today, I try to mop the living room. This is, apparently, unacceptable. The mop moves. Quirky attacks it. He hops backward, then forward again, barking in tiny bursts of heroic determination. It's not an enemy, I explain. He does not believe me. The mop glides across the floor. Quirky chases it. The bucket sloshes. He leaps away dramatically as if the water might swallow him whole. After 10 minutes of battle, he finally decides the mop has been defeated and lies down proudly in the middle of the room, directly on the wet floor. When I move to hang clothes outside, he follows me to the doorway but stops at the threshold. The world beyond the gate fascinates him. Bicycles passing, distant voices, rustling leaves, the occasional motorbike humming by. Yet he chooses to stay close. He sits beside my feet, watching everything, but leaning lightly against my leg, like an anchor keeping him safe. Inside again, he follows me to the bathroom, waiting patiently on the mat. He follows me to the bedroom, circling twice before settling beside the bed. He follows me back to the kitchen, where a dropped crumb earns him a victory dance. Sometimes he brings me toys, not to play, but to share. He sets them beside my foot, looks up proudly, and walks away as if he has delivered an important gift. Late afternoon sunlight stretches across the floor in golden rectangles. Quirky moves from one sun patch to another, positioning himself with careful precision, as though charging solar batteries. I sit on the floor beside him. He sighs, a deep, contented sigh that seems too big for such a small body. In that moment, time slows. The world outside may be loud and hurried, but inside our home, the rhythm is soft, steady, and warm. And always, always, one small dog is following just behind me, making the ordinary feel gently extraordinary. Evenings arrive quietly. The light softens, the air cools, and the house settles into stillness. I switch on a small lamp, and warm yellow light fills the room. Quirky adjusts his position immediately. If I sit on the sofa, he curls near my feet. If I sit on the floor, he leans against my knee. If I move to the doorway to watch the darkening sky, he sits beside me, alert yet peaceful, listening to the distant sounds of night. Sometimes I wonder why he follows me everywhere. Is it curiosity, habit, love, or something deeper? A quiet instinct to stay close to the one he trusts most? After dinner, I walk through the house turning off lights. Quirky trails behind me like a small guardian, ensuring every room is safe before bedtime. Bedroom, living room, kitchen, back to the bedroom. When I finally lie down, he circles twice, then settles beside the bed with a soft grunt of satisfaction. The house grows silent, but I can still hear him breathing. Steady, calm, comforting. Before sleep takes me, I realize something simple and beautiful. All day long, he followed me, yet in countless invisible ways. He was leading me toward patience, gentleness, and presence. In today's fast-moving world, where screens glow brighter than sunsets and schedules crowd every quiet moment, Quirky's simple habit of following me everywhere offers a gentle lesson about connection and presence. He does not follow for entertainment, reward, or obligation. He follows because being near someone you love feels safe and meaningful. Watching him reminds me that companionship is not measured by grand gestures, but by quiet togetherness, sharing space, walking side by side, and simply being there. Animals live fully in the present. They do not worry about tomorrow's deadlines or yesterday's mistakes. Quirky teaches me to slow down, to notice small details, and to appreciate ordinary moments. Sunlight on the floor, the comfort of home, the warmth of familiar footsteps. His loyalty encourages responsibility and kindness, reminding me that caring for another living being deepens empathy and emotional well-being. In modern life, we can apply this lesson by spending mindful time with loved ones, reducing distractions, and nurturing bonds with both people and animals. When we choose presence over busyness and compassion over indifference, we build homes filled with trust, warmth, and peace. The same quiet comfort Quirky shares with me every day.